Azurlane is weird to say the least. Ship girls, alternate World War II, I have no reason to care. But what I will say is that, while I haven't watched the anime nor read the manga, Halo is one of those genres that just for some reason clicks if done right. And in this story, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Boy 11 decides to ask what happens if Master Chief and 3 UNSC ships, who get turned, of course, into ship girls themselves, show up in Azure Lane. The result in of itself is hilarious. But the cool thing about it is that Johnny Boy 11 plays this as if a UNSC Master Chief Petty Officer shows up in a world where they have to, more or less, yeah. But the story is not only him restructuring the ship girls and also putting some much needed fucking discipline into them, but also creating an effective fighting force. Blue Team also shows up in the story, which is a lovely little change of pace, but the big thing about it is just the revelations that come from everything. And I mean this. But the big thing about it, I think a lot of people don't understand when it comes to some fanfictions, is the power core of power armor. And this is something I like about Johnny Boy 11 in this story versus his other stories. The Halo power armor does have a core in it. And yes, this thing requires you to charge the damn thing up, but it kind of depends on how much you use it. And we see Chief without the power armor and in full dress uniform, or at least in a full Navy uniform. Blue Team, of course, is helping with training the ship girls in not only hand-to-hand combat, but also basic training as well. Again, there's a lot going on here, and I am very much so impressed by it, and very much so loving it, every second of the chapter. Even all the way down to the big operation to acquire a refinery which would not only get the UNSC ship girls up and running, but also get much needed power and supply for the power armor that Blue Team and of course the Chief have. This story is about 25 chapters long, but it is a good story from start to finish. And there is a possible romance between the Chief and the Enterprise, which in of itself I'm perfectly okay with. Both are stoic in their own right, but Enterprise is much more complicated. The Chief just never had a childhood, never really knew romance, and much like all the other Spartans, except for the one who actually fucking married, doesn't really understand affection. But what can you do? And I can't wait to see how that relationship actually blooms now. But outside of that, the story itself is good, and I am looking forward to how it goes moving forward. And especially with the UNSC ship girls, I'm looking forward to them and how they bring major fucking pain. And there is some other stuff there as well that is rather not be spoiled, because I want you guys to read this for yourself. But either way, though, that's about it, really. That's all I gotta say about this 25-chapter story, and, yeah. But I think it's time we take a break from, well, Halo, in a sense, from Johnny Boy's stories, and go to a galaxy far, far away that, stumbles upon Ruby's planet of Remnant, and see how that goes.